I mean, do you think that over time you've gone too far with some of your jokes? Like, for example, there's the whole thing where you asked if Martin Luther King had a white side chick.
In fact, that's what he left a comment on.
Oh.
So what happened was, it was Martin Luther King weekend. I was like, and I was doing a lot of research. Somebody sent me something on how, at one point he had a white girlfriend or something, or he did have a white girl. And I made a joke. I was like, hey man, the best way to get back to the white man is to fuck a white woman, something like that. I'm not sure if that's what I said in my thing. Is that what I said in my post?
I'm not sure. I just remember the whole white
something
side chick.
Something, he had white side chick. I think but the thing about it is, it's not, I'm not making this up. He had a white, he talked to a white.
Oh, he actually had a white side chick?
Yes.
I know that he cheated a lot on his wife. I know that. I just didn't know with who.
No,
You're saying some were white girls?
I did some research, and he did a research if Martin Luther King ever did a white girl, or he had been with a white girl. Somebody sent it to me, and I looked it up. I'm like, oh my God, this is true. Then I made a joke out of it. That's what I do. I make a joke out of everything. I think everything is jokeable. If we can make a joke on, anybody, anything is possible.
I don't know. There was an article here that's saying that MLK was almost engaged to a woman of a different race. I don't know.
All right, man. I whatever, somebody sent me an article, and that's how I got the joke out of it. And then
I guess he did have a white girlfriend at one point?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah. But I made it a side chick because I'm allowed side chicks. So I made it into my own word.
Right.
And then he left a message that said "coon question." I asked a question, and he wrote on it "coon." I'm like, okay, he's mad about this crackhead stuff. And there was more, and then that he almost brought that thing to life because, D.L. Hughley saw that, and put on his page.
He commented on it. We talked about that when he was on my show.
Who, D.L.?
Yeah.
Do you feel that was, as a comedian, that's off limits, or do you
I don't
think
think
that's just
anything's
comedy?
off limits, comedian.
Okay.
So
you thought that was a valid joke?
I think that whether I like it, see the thing, I think most of us just tend to judge things on what we like, and if we like it, the validity is associated with what it feels like to us. But our sworn vocation means that we find humor when other people don't, and that extends past our perspective.
Okay, right. Then they came up, so he kept going. So I'm like, brought this shit to life, And now I don't want, especially being an African, coming to America, know what my people went through. I don't make it seem like I'm being,
insensitive.
Insensitive to MLK, probably the greatest black man of all time.
Yeah, you could say that. The greatest black man of all time, Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Who else would you put up there? Nelson Mandela?
Message great.
Did you know? Here's the interesting thing about Nelson Mandela, which you may not know about. Because I interviewed Alan Dershowitz, who was actually involved in freeing Nelson Mandela. And at one point, they were working out this deal where there was a bunch of spy exchanges where it was like, okay, we got these spies here, so we're going to let these spies out here, and then we'll, in turn, you guys will let these people out and so forth. And they were basically incorporating the deal to get Mandela out early. And Nelson Mandela said, I'm not a spy. I'm going to sit here in prison until I'm properly let out. I'm not going to get out early through this little loophole because that doesn't personify who I am. So he sat in prison for another 3 years, I think, and then got out. And he did like 27 years.
Some years later to arrange a spy swap, which succeeded. And we got Sharansky out of prison. But we were also trying to get Nelson Mandela out of prison. I was working with the African National Congress, the ANC, in an effort to try to include Mandela in the swap. And the South African government agreed, as did the Russian government, but Nelson Mandela refused. He said, I'm not a spy. I'm not going to leave under these circumstances. I'm going to wait until the government of South Africa acknowledges they made a mistake and free me, and I will walk out bravely as a free man. And that's what he did. To his credit, he spent an additional couple of years in Robben Island because he wanted to leave on his terms. And he did. And I was proud to have played a small role in that case.
You see what I'm saying? Nelson Mandela was a different type of human being.
I see a lot of that in myself. Only because, like I told you, that whole thing. If I could have got my green card sooner if I just went through the marriage way. But I'm like, no, I don't want to. I would take the longer way and fight through it and have to depend on somebody else.
Yeah.
To make me get my papers early. I see a lot of that in myself. I like,
Yeah.
So yeah, 100%. I mean, you can't do no respect the man for that.
Yeah. Absolutely.